Good morning and welcome to the Retirement Railroad 2.0. I'm Steve and this is another episode of Workbench Wednesday. In fact, it's our 40th episode. And this will be the third in our three little Lynn-gines series based upon the three switchers that Mr. Lynn McCurdy so graciously donated. All right, and the first was a Union Pacific powered unit where the motor was pulling too many amps. So I took the powered trucks out of it and replaced them in this dummy unit. Now I took all the gearing and all that kind of stuff out. The difference being, as I mentioned in both of the previous episodes, the continuity of the electrical flow through the trucks to the frame to the decoder. And yes, there is a decoder in this so that this dummy does have sound and lighting functions so that I can marry it up with another locomotive. Okay. Now, the other two are VO1000s that Mr. Lynn McCurdy donated. And what I am planning on doing there is much like what I did with this cow and calf. And if we look closer at this cow and calf, right here, you can see where there is a wiring harness between the two locomotives. And what that allows for is now the dummy unit, which would be this one here, and we can back off of that a little bit. All right, I have the dummy unit here, and it has the decoder and keep alive in it, and of course lighting functions in the shell. Now the wiring harness, which is here, all right, will connect to the powered unit, and you can see where I have the connection plug right there, ready to go. All I have to do to finish this one out in that regard is to solder up the leads, and we can get a close-up view of that right here. Okay. It's all painted, flagged, ready to go, and you can see on both of the shells where I have filled in, all right, to add Katie coupler boxes onto the shell. Now, the dummy I've already cut off where the frame mounted coupler was, such as on this powered unit right here. I have yet to cut this one off and this one off. That is on the to-do list. So as we stand on this master-slave combo, we've milled out the frame. We've added a piece of styrene so that underneath here is a speaker, okay? And then the styrene where the decoder and keep alive have been mounted. So that's where we're at. Now we have, like I said, I have to cut off both of these old coupler mounting places. We have the coupler boxes to install, and we have some wiring to get done. So with that, hang tight and we'll get right after it. Okay, now that I have where the frame sits fully down and a coupler put on, it's time. I took it over and checked the coupler height gauge, and the coupler is sitting high by a couple widths of this styrene. So we're going to take that off. I have not glued it, and we're going to add a couple more pieces of styrene and check it again. All right, time to check the other coupler. And yes, it too is perfect. So with that, it is going to be time to wire this up. Okay, so let's get this thing wired up, and then we can start on the other unit. So all the wires are pre-tinned, and I have some heat shrink tubing ready there. And there we go. What I have found is either rubber cement or tacky glue on the side frames. this one is done. All it needs is to be plugged in to this one as soon as I get it wired up. Hang tight. Alright, so the wires are all connected up, soldered, shrink tubed, and it has been tested and programmed already. The last thing I have to do is I have to put the coupler boxes and couplers on this shell. So hang tight and we'll get that done. Well, she's all wired up. Everything checks out great. Sound, all the lighting functions work. I've taken and adjusted the couplers on one of the two locos, adding its coupler boxes as well. And then I also went in and airbrushed some NATO black paint onto the wiring harness and the white styrene that I used to adjust the shims for the coupler height. And all looks great. And let's take a look at it and fire it up and see how she sounds, shall we? And with that, all right, sounds great, smooth as silk between those 8 axles and the large keep alive, and I'm real tickled with it. So with that, I want to thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad 2.0 Workbench Wednesday, episode 40, and the third and final part of the 3 little Lynn-gines donated by Lynn McCurdy. Thanks again, Lynn. And remember, y'all have a great day. Bye now.